This right here gonna be a cakewalk.
A 92-year-old woman in Japan is going viral for winning a Tekken 8 esports tournament, becoming one of the oldest esports winners ever. This lady here is the winner. She's a Claudio main. Claudio. He's one of the strongest characters in the game currently. Really easy to use. He has some very abusable tools. He probably will get clapped if the developers want to save this game. But until then, let's see what this lady was able to do with him. And let's see how this is. Let me move the chat. Boom, chat. In the top left corner, I believe this is the one who will eventually become the winner. And then you have in the top right corner the other. Oh, no. Yeah, the left one is the Claudio. The left camera is Claudio. Are they special styling? The key charge is is this Joe Budden's grandma? What? Okay, so hold on. I need to analyze this gameplay. Are they really button mashing? Okay, look. She looks like she's button mashing. Looks like she button mashing. This one up here in the top right, this lady in the top right, she looked like she typing on a keyboard. You can see her like going one by one, pressing every button. Look at it. She on that typewriter going crazy. Yes, sir. She mashing all the buttons. They get in real-time coaching. So this person here is coaching, and then you can see the hand from that person coaching. This is more like Joe Budden, yeah. Joe Budden. Look at the face expression. Look at the face expression of player one. Getting serious. The power crush spam. The rage art. Mash it. Look at player two. Mash it through the rage art. Mash it through the rage art. We pressing the buttons through the rage art. Mashing the buttons through the rage art. Yes, sir. You never know when it will end. You gotta stay prepared. You know. That is crazy. Okay, they flipped the cameras for whatever reason. Oh, they flipped it because now they're on the proper sides. Hold on, so I see another mystery hand right here. You guys see this other little mystery hand? What's this other little hand there? Is that spam grab? Yeah, grab, power crush, key charge. This is going to be Joe Budden in Season 3 when Claudio gets nerfed. That boy's about to just be out there spamming key charge and key charge alone. No sidestep, up forward 2 or whatever. You know I played against Joe Budden in like a first to 10, or not a first to 10, a first to 2 against his Claudio and got bodied. I just couldn't comprehend the levels of gameplay that was being displayed, you know? His hand is getting better though. His Marizu is getting better. That is cool that they're not using special style. You know, I was in the stream of a new player, right? Someone who found out that so the girl was Malagasy and Marizu's Malagasy, so that's why she started playing Tekken, right? And she was really new, so I was just sitting there because I like to watch new people play the game and just see how they interact with it. And the servers was down, so she was doing practice mode, and I told her to do punishment training. Bro, the way that she didn't know, like, just seeing her like figure out how to do punishment training, figure out how to do this, figure out how to, it reminds you how difficult the game can be to do very simple things. For us, while standing punish is pretty like common knowledge, but for a new player, when you see them saying like does the arrow mean that I crouch do I have to press it immediate? Do I have to this? Do I have to that? Like, it just gives you that sense of like, oh wow, there really is a lot to learn here, So I just like to see that process, That's all. That's all. Like, I just like to see new players learn the game and just help them, understand certain things, right? That's all. And I like when Tekken 8 do that as well. Oh, where I was going with that is special style. So that person was new and they were learning the buttons and the inputs, and they didn't even know what stances were when they did Marizu's forward 3. They didn't understand why they were doing different moves. So them learning all of that stuff was cool. But then when special style came up, and then special style changed their inputs, and they didn't recognize it, it was like the game was kind of like making it harder for them. They were dealing with their normal inputs, they were dealing with special style, and they were dealing with stances. And I think special style, it's a good concept, but the bad part about it is that you should be locked into it, like modern controls. You either play modern or classic. There's no switching. New players don't even realize that it's there. But back to this match, right? I'm happy that these guys, even though they are sporadically pressing buttons, I'm happy that they are like actually pressing the buttons, and they are trying to figure out. Look at player 2. Look at the Claudio May. She is mashing. I'm happy that they are like just pressing buttons and trying to do something, Even though they are mashing multiple buttons, like, ain't seen mashing like this since Red Ranks. Yeah, that was real. Hold on, I gotta see the winner. I gotta see what happened. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's cool though. That's cool that events like these, tournaments like these happen. Obviously, it's not the most competitive. It's not the most diehard, but just the fact that Tekken could do this, and like it makes headlines, like we saw with that Dextero article. It's cool. Fighting games didn't used to do this. Fighting games didn't used to do that. Casual, as a hardcore player, this is something that we just celebrate. Like, we remember the days when there wasn't no tournaments like this. We remember the days when there wasn't people showing up to learn new characters and trying to figure out what's a wild stand and punish. You remember, how they say like the dark days of the FGC or whatever? They call it the golden era, the arcade era, the dark era, and all that, right? You remember those days when you're thinking about like, when you're just thinking about things, That's what I do, at least.